Hello there, and welcome to the Rolonda Show. Those of you who've been following through, welcome back. We're so happy to have you, and so nice that you're letting me spend this time with you. Let me be your kitchen companion today, and while you're there, here are a couple of things I want to remind you of. It is Earth Day, and there's some things you can do right there in your own home to help the earth. I get really excited about Earth Day, and I know that sounds really woo, but I do. I guess because I was like 11 years old back in 1970 when this whole thing started, and I was kind of going through my hippie phase back then, and I was very much into the earth. And being from North Carolina, we were taught to appreciate nature, the beautiful oceans that we have there, and the fact that the farmlands and the rich soil, that's what makes us Tar Heels, and to look at the blue sky and say, hey, if God wasn't a Tar Heel, then why is the sky Carolina blue? And I climbed pine trees and went on nature hunts, and this was part of my life. I was a camper. So when Earth Day comes along, and this is a time when we say, Mother Earth, we love you. We're sorry for some of the things we've done to you, but we're going to try to be better. And it's a wonderful time for the family to get together and do some things, just little things we can do, because every day is Earth Day, and that is the truth. Little things like not taking a shower for so long, or if you're washing clothes today, wait until you have a full load and then put the rinse cycle on cold. Here's some other things. I was reading Red Book magazine, and they dedicated a whole page to this. And there are different things on here that the whole family can enjoy and keep in mind, things that we can do to save our world. Number one, there is a book out called 1001 Ways to Save the Earth. That's a good thing to put on the coffee table. Dad, when you're about to do the lawn this summer, their suggestion from Red Book is keep the grass a little longer than normal. They say that longer grass retains moisture better than short turf, so you don't have to use so much water to get rid of those brown patches when the weather gets hot. It says let your lawn grow to at least 1.5 inches longer than it normally would before you cut it. Also, Mom, fill the freezer up with food. They're saying that if we don't have our freezers full, we're wasting energy. And for folks like me who live by themselves, they say put in some empty boxes in there. If you can't fill up your whole freezer, put some empty boxes in there so you're not generating so much energy. Now, who thought of stuff like that? I am blowing energy at home in my freezer right now with nothing but a chicken in it. And that's really wasting energy. So when I go home, I'm going to try to find some empty boxes and put them in there. Here's something great for the kids to do. Butterflies and moths. Do you know that they're becoming rare because of what we're doing to the earth with pesticides? We're destroying the agriculture that they depend upon. So one of the things that we can do is to redress the imbalance by planting butterfly-friendly flowering plants. Things like lilacs and bedalias and honeysuckles, and even primrose is a nice thing to do. Little kids can get into that and see the butterflies come into the neighborhood. You just have to watch them because they'll try to put them in a jar. So you have to watch that. But if you teach them that they are helping, that you're helping them live and giving something back to Mother Earth, that might be a fun thing to do. And then here's one that I didn't even consider. The family can get together this weekend and dust off all your light bulbs. Make sure that you're getting the full benefit of the energy going into your lights by wiping dust off fixtures and bulbs every few months. So that's a good thing to do. And walk, ride your bicycle, jog, do something other than jumping in the car all the time. One of the things I'm doing is I'm doing some spring cleaning and jazzing up my house. In one of my rooms, I'm putting in what I thought were going to be hardwood floors. Well, I go shopping for wood, and what I'm learning is everybody's trying to be more eco-friendly, as they say. And bamboo is making a huge comeback, replacing a lot of the wooden floors because bamboo can replenish so much faster. I mean, almost 10 times faster than wood does or forests. And also they're using bamboo in sheets. Did you know that the bamboo fibers are giving 100% cotton a run for its money? The bamboo, they say, is 3 times as absorbent as cotton and wicks away that perspiration from your body. And look into bamboo products because they are saying they're so versatile and can be used in anything from furniture to pillows, kitchen supplies, rugs, the whole bit. Also, when we do our trash, now I have to really remind myself of this, but I have two different bins, my recycling bin and then my just plain old trash bin. And my friends who are, out here in California trying to get me very ecologically correct are saying, why don't you start a compost pile? Now I got to look into that, but they're saying compost is what we should do with our other trash and recycle the rest. It was so funny. I was on the internet today and I found this wonderful guy named Recycle Man who sings songs because he believes that every day is Earth Day. And here's just a little diddly called Stuck on Trash for us to remember all year.
Yeah, stuck on trash. I'm stuck on trash. I'm stuck on trash. It's building up fast. Stuck on trash. It's following me.
Woohoo!
I gotta do something to set me free. Like reducing and reusing. I recycle into. I'll shrink my garbage. That's what I'll do.
I'll treat my garbage. Hey, listen, we may laugh at that song, but I bet that little diddly might stick in your head all day, make you think about some trash. Get that trash talk out of there and do some trash thinking. There is somebody in Washington, D.C. who is probably thrilled to hear us talk about Earth Day because we know that our nation's capital every year has one huge 2-week celebration that brings in millions of people from all over the world as we are celebrating the cherry blossom. And that is a wonderful gift from Mother Nature. Diane Mayhew is the one of the festival folks, you might say. She works with Linda Roth Associates. And Diane, thanks so much for being with us today. You must be exhausted.
Oh,
Thank you, Japan.
we're on it. We're excited still. Our adrenaline is still flowing.
Yes, the National Cherry Blossom Festival. Being from North Carolina, we would drive to Washington, D.C. as a kid just to gawk at that is the most breathtaking sight. This was part of, I guess you could say that our Cherry Blossom Festival is very much a part of what is Earth Day every day. What are you trying to say to the world through this festival, other than harmony between nations?
Well, I think that the cherry blossoms themselves are very symbolic. They really symbolize the brevity of life and to appreciate things while you have it, because something so beautiful doesn't always last so long. So these trees are just gorgeous. I mean, the way they are taken care of every single day of the year by the National Park Service. And, we really try to make sure that our visitors, no matter how many people we bring here, know that they're, to protect the resources, to protect the blossoms, don't pick them, try not to stumble so much on their roots. That's a little difficult when there's a lot of people there that get off the beaten path because of the crowds. But I think that we just have a precious gift here, and we just greatly appreciate it.
And people don't come from all over the world and try to pick those limbs.
Oh, yes, they do. But again, this year especially, there's been a major campaign just to educate people that it's very damaging to do that. And we've done, with the Park Service this year, a pretty good job of that.
Yes. How long do the cherry blossoms last?
Anywhere from, 7 to 10 days they bloom. But sometimes, depending on the weather, they'll start blooming on one day. They can go as long as 2 weeks, just from the beginning of the cycle to all the way to the end.
And isn't that amazing how just this whole orchard of flowers just does its thing for 2 weeks, and millions of people from all over the world come to our nation's capital, and then they go away, and we just still have those wonderful memories. This whole celebration, let's talk a little history about this, because I know you have 3,000 cherry trees there, and it goes back to a gift that we got from Japan back in 1912. Tell us a bit about that history.
Well, this is exciting because Mayor Ozaki, the mayor of Tokyo, gave 3,000 trees to the United States, and it was really led by an effort from Helen Taft, wife of President Taft at the time. It was very exciting. For the anniversary, we did a reenactment of a tree planting, and we had with us the daughter of Mayor Ozaki, who actually just celebrated her 95th birthday.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, we had the daughter, we had also the granddaughter and the great-grandson, as well as the daughter of Helen and and President Taft.
That is amazing. Can you imagine being a great-grandson and looking at 3,000 cherry blossom trees in the nation's capital and saying, my great-grandfather brought this legacy of harmony between two mighty nations? That's an amazing thing.
It was amazing. It was very heartfelt, and just to have the Taft family interact with the Ozaki family.
Well, 3 years after 1912, in 1915, the United States government responded to Japan and gave them a gift of a tree that I know from my home state, the dogwood tree, the flowering
right.
dogwood tree. I also love the fact that as we're celebrating Earth Day and saying that every day is Earth Day, and it brings out the humanity in all of us. It's looking at the cherry blossom tree without trying to steal a limb. It's that kind of thing. But what was so ironic when I was doing some of the research about the history of the cherry blossom, and there was a wonderful gift we've gotten from Japan. In 1965, they say that there was a bad flood or that got rid of a lot of cherry trees in Japan. The flood destroyed them. And so what happened was that we returned the gift and took some of the clippings from the trees in Washington and sent them back to Japan so that they could replenish their supply, once again fulfilling the symbolic role of the tree being an agent of friendship.
That's right. You really know your history.
Listen, girl, I'm trying to research, and you know what? Because I get excited about the things that we talk about on the show, and it inspires me to go and do more research. And we've got the internet right now; anybody could have gotten this information. But I'd like to share that kind of stuff because we look at the festival, we think about Earth Day, but those are the things that continue as we talk about paying forward. We talk about the great grandson who comes back and sees a legacy. We talk about the relationship between Japan and America. One little tree, one little gift from Earth, Mother Nature. Look how much it has brought together.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
The festival here is celebrated by over 1 million people, but it touches one person at a time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's what Mother Earth does. That's why each of us, I think, and that's what Earth Day organizers and those of us who believe in saving our Earth are saying, that one by one, each one of us can make such a huge difference. And it takes great festivals like the one that you plan every year that get us to remember that Earth Day comes in our hearts every day. Whatever we can do, whether it's changing that washing machine or me buying a smaller car or putting down bamboo flooring.
I loved your tips today on that. That was really wonderful.
Listen, I'm going to give you one other one real quick. I've got to tell you, because a lot of us are painting rooms and sprucing up the kids' rooms and stuff like that. Benjamin Moore has an aura paint that is very eco-friendly. And let me tell you the good part about it. It is washable, and you can put it on your wall without even having to use a primer.
Wow.
So this is really good stuff. It's called Benjamin Moore's Aura Paint, and it's done without all that toxic stuff. It comes in about 144 colors, but the main thing is it is going right along with your system of saying, Mother Earth, we're sorry for some of the things we've done, but we're appreciating you now, and here's my little contribution. Thank you so much, Diane, for being with us.
Thank you very much.